Hi, welcome to Deep End. My name doesn't matter. Let's dive in. So I wanted to share with you this just feeling I've been having lately. I get a lot of phone calls from people who are asking for prayer and texts from people who need desperate prayer for things or they want the blessing of the Lord. So they call me and they ask, would you pray that the Lord would bless this thing or do this thing? And there's one thing that often I find is in common with these requests is that they are often coming from people who don't attend a church regularly or don't attend or don't have a faith community that they connect with. So these people will call me and ask for prayer, and I just wanted to frame that for you with a small story. So I want you to imagine that you're the father of a family and you've got a bunch of kids and a bunch of them you've adopted. You have literally taken them off the street and put them into your family, and you've clothed them and you've given them food and money and you pay for their every need, and they have no wants and they are blessed by you in every way. And they tell you this. They tell you, I love you. I love so much your blessings. I love the things you give me. But every night you sit down for family dinner and you've got some kids there, but these adopted children decide that they're not going to come. And so they all decide that they're going to, they say, listen, Dad, we love you. We love that you give us things. We want the blessings. We want your provision. We want you to take care of us. But we're not coming to family dinner. We're not coming to sit with the rest of the family. We don't like our siblings. We think our siblings are hypocrites. We think they don't do things right. We don't want that responsibility or those rules on us. And so they cease coming to family dinner. I just want you to think about how that would make a father feel, and whether or not a father would be willing to maintain those adopted children who refuse everything but take everything from them. And the answer is a loving father, yes, would maintain those adopted children, but the blessings might not come. The blessings might stay, but be held back. They might be given the minimum that they need to survive because they are not being a part of the family. So I want you to understand this in love. When you call somebody or when you ask somebody for prayer or for blessing from the Lord, and when you plead to the Lord for blessing, but you refuse to be a part of the family, you refuse to be a part of the family of God, and you stay home, or you say that it's too difficult to get up and do the work, to go to a church, to communicate, to connect with people. When you do that, you are doing exactly what that little story tells. You are living in God's house, taking advantage of God's things, taking advantage of God's blessings, and then asking for him to bless you further while simultaneously rejecting the family of God as a whole. And I recognize the family of God is loaded with people who are messy and not good and not great, but that's why they're there. They're there because they need salvation just like you do. They need the blood covering of Jesus to change their hearts and their souls just like you do. So I just want to encourage you, if you are seeking the blessing of the Lord, you are wanting his blessing on your life, obey his word, read the Bible, go to church, connect with a community. No, churches aren't perfect. No, they're not going to get every theological thing perfect, or they're not going to get every little sociological issue just right. They're not perfect, but they are places where imperfect people gather together to feast on the word of God together with the Lord himself, speaking to them as the Father of heaven and earth. So I just wanted to drop that on you. Thank you very much for joining me in the deep end. I love you. Now go get to work.